Welcome back to Capitol Report. Was last weekend the holiday weekend, or is this weekend the holiday weekend? What do you think?
They're both the holiday weekend.
Both bonuses.
Holiday weekend.
Hey, Susan Bysiewicz is the first Democrat for the United States Senate up on television. She is running a 30-second commercial called Proud, and her campaign says, in order to highlight her record of getting things done. Take a look at this.
7 years ago, a mastectomy helped me defeat breast cancer. I had complications, and it took me quite a while to recover from just the surgery. Women used to be sent home right after a mastectomy because insurance companies refused to cover their hospital stay. Susan Bysiewicz got a law passed that made insurance cover my time in the hospital. I'll be proud to vote for Susan Bysiewicz. She fought the insurance companies to get the care we deserve.
I'm Susan Bysiewicz, and I approve this message.
So here's the question, panel, do we like that ad, and can it help or at least start kind of getting back at that 30-point lead that Chris Murphy has opened up on her? Tanya.
So I know you're down, you're depressed because you've been asking for aggressive campaigning, you've been asking for negative ads.
Red meat.
I know.
Red meat.
Here's the deal. You don't come out of the gate negative and comparative. You come out of the gate, she's being reintroduced to the voters. It's a softer touch, there's no doubt about it. But she's reminding them of all the good things she's done in her
Someone
career.
told me that Springsteen doesn't open the set with Born to Run.
Well, why would you? Right? So I think she's doing what she needs to do to get her message out. She's reintroducing herself to Connecticut, reminding of how effective she's been. I think you're going to see a little more aggressive campaigning. But the thing with politics in Connecticut, particularly in a statewide race, is nothing's real until you're on TV. So we have been beating around this campaign, talking about the polls, what's happening. Now we're going to see what it really comes down to. Once Chris Murphy's going to go on air, he's bought time, he'll be up soon too. So we're actually going to see it out on television.
Well, Brian has been in the ring as a candidate for the United States Senate on the Republican side. So what do you think of this first ad?
I mean, it's a softer touch. She has to rebrand herself, and I think she's trying to do that. I don't think attacking Murphy at this point is going to do her any good. I think that's what people expect her to do, and she's trying to do something a little bit different. So I give her credit for trying to rebrand herself. Is this what you would do if you were in the Bysiewicz? I would take a softer approach during the first ad. Yes. You don't come out of the gate swinging, especially against Murphy because he's so high up in the polls against her. And it must be frustrating for her to be treated like an outsider with her 20+ years of service in the Democratic Party. But that all goes back to the way that the Democrats treat minorities and women.
There
you go.
Here we go.
God, cheap shot. You must be a trial lawyer. Anyway, the bottom line is that is a direct appeal to women voters in a Democratic primary. It's a wonderful ad, it's a soft ad, and it's a gender-oriented ad. And it's going to help her. It's going to help her. And she does have a lot of years of service. Do I think she's going to beat Murphy? No. Do I think she's ultimately going to go negative? Probably. More than likely.
Well, Marty, but don't you think the real question is, too, if Murphy comes out with his ads, he goes on air, is he going to go after Susan or is he going after Linda? Or is he going to do the soft touch?
Oh, I think he's going to do the soft touch. No, he's going to start. He's going to start with a bio ad. He's not, his name recognition isn't high enough in the state yet.
Right. Is he going to talk about going door to door and meeting voters?
Well, we'll see. Here's something to share.
I'm just asking.
You know, there's a spirited thread on the liberal blog, the Daily Cause, about this whole issue of her bill and the fact that she was one. People are pointing out she was one of 94 co-sponsors of that bill. And you know, you can co-sponsor legislation even after it's passed.
Yes.
So, but no one denies the fact that this was her bill. But it's interesting that they are really starting to pile on, even as something as innocuous as a bill that did great things for women in Connecticut.
Well, what do you mean pile on? I mean, so she had 94 co-sponsors or something like that. I think it speaks to her ability to work across both sides of the aisle.
I'm saying the liberals and the progressives are piling on.
They're
behind Murphy.
They're piling on the wrong issue. The issue they should be piling on is how old.
Well, hey,
if she's trying to introduce what she's done for the state, a bill that old is pretty bad. Right. But it's not about her officials.
Let's show piling on. This is an ad that Nancy Johnson ran that I think is a thing of what's going to come.
One of the funniest ads in Connecticut history.
I'm Chris Murphy, and I'm running for Congress by knocking on doors.
Hi, I'm Chris Murphy, and I'm running for Congress.
Mr. Murphy, I understand you raised our taxes 27 times. Keep walking.
Okay. Hi, I'm Chris Murphy, and I'm running for Congress.
And you think sex offenders should be allowed in public housing? Shame on you! Hi, I'm Chris Murphy.
Murphy! You want to weaken penalties for drug dealers, man. It's so cool. Come on in. Youngins, Murphy's here.
I'm Nancy Johnson, and I approve this message.
And she lost. Dude, she lost.
Dude, Murphy's here. Vinny, take another pull of that rock star and tell me what you think of what's going to come in the 5th District.
Well, I think it speaks for itself. If those are all actual things that I mean, it works for me. I mean, you want sex offenders on the street, the stoner brings them in, look who's here, dude. If that's all true, then it speaks volumes.
Except it didn't work, and Nancy took us.
Maybe just because it's so poorly produced. I think if it was more slickly produced.
Well, that was before the internet was even around back then. There's no YouTube
just
videos
reshoot
back then.
it with a couple of better, maybe get Johnny Knoxville in there or something, and we've got a winner.
Yeah, but do you think this was going to be what the McMahon campaign? And should Murphy be really focusing on McMahon now?
No.
No, you got to do each election. Anybody who's run a campaign, been a candidate themselves, will tell you if you overlook the election that is, you do so at your peril.
Yep. You got to solidify. He has to solidify his tenure within the Democratic Party. He's got to get out of the primary without having ill feelings with Susan supporters.
He's got to win
the primary, but he also
Susan's focused on the primary. Chris has
the big third block is coming back when Capitol Report returns. Dan Malloy in shorts, hot dogs. He rides roller coasters. He drinks Merlot slushies when Capitol Report returns.
He was smoking funny things, making love out by the lake.